Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, children. So, right, in the previous class we have completed the explanation part, right? So let's watch this animation of this lesson also before we end up the lesson. So listen it carefully.
LALI and Lioness of GIR. Masira was a young girl. She lived in the Gir forest with her father Jasad, who was the tribal chief. Masira had a little lamb called LALI. Masira loved LALI very much. Wherever Masira went, LALI was sure to follow. She had tied a bell around LALI's neck. Whenever LALI wandered far out into the forest, the tinkle of the bell would let Masira know exactly where she was. One day, Masira fell ill. She couldn't take LALI out to the jungle to graze. Jasad sent LALI along with the other sheep. When evening fell, the shepherds called their sheep back. All the other sheep returned, but where was LALI? Masira was heartbroken that LALI had not returned. She told her father to do something since LALI was out there, all alone in the jungle. Her father told her not to worry and he will bring her back. With two companions, he went to search for her. But there was a loud clap of thunder and rain came down thick and fast. The three men returned to their homes without finding LALI. The next day, the three shepherds set out early to search for LALI. They did not find any sign of her till late afternoon, when suddenly one of them noticed something lying in the grass under a tree. He picked it up. It was LALI's bell, but there was no sign of LALI. That could mean only one thing. Some wild animal had eaten LALI. But there was no blood anywhere. Jasad couldn't bear to go home without LALI. Worried and feeling tired, he sat down under a big tree. Suddenly he heard a familiar sound. Ma, ma. Jasad jumped up with joy. It was LALI. LALI was alive. He rushed towards the sound. Soon he came to a clearing. What he saw made his blood freeze. There stood LALI, bleating pitifully. Less than 100 feet away stood a big lioness. LALI was very close to the lioness. She bleated and sniffed at the lioness. A miracle took place. The lioness turned and walked away from the little lamb. As soon as she was gone, Jasad ran into the clearing, grabbed LALI and ran all the way back to his village. Back home, Masira was sitting on her cot with her head in her arms. She saw Jasad coming back with LALI in his arms. Her face lit up. She opened her arms and gathered LALI close to her.
So by seeing this animation, we can understand it the entire lesson, right? So just read the lesson carefully and do your all bits or activities, okay? So take care and Allah.